we've got to talk about something that is not as good as the KI community has. Once again, the developer and owner of Lab Zero, Mike Z, it was announced that there were some allegations against him for the company that he owns of unprofessional behavior, including sexual harassment and just verbal abuse. And as you know, Mike Z, he is the developer of Skullgirls and the owner of the gaming developing company Lab Zero. Back in June, I believe, he made some off-color comments about basically, it was an off-color joke he made about the death of George Floyd. And now, here we are a couple months later that a couple of people at Lab Zero have resigned, staff members, because of these allegations against Mike Z. The people who resigned, one of them was the lead animator art director, Mario Cartwright, and another was the art producer, Brian Junn, who is the senior animator. And it just seems like it's a really toxic environment that Mike Z has created at Lab Zero. And unfortunately, he had the power to take over and have 100% control of Lab Zero now. And I when you gave this to me, Chris, I was just, really disappointed that once again, another gaming, game developer was, accused of sexual allegations and just, bad behavior. I'm just sick of this.
I feel for Skullgirls because they're taking a double whammy. First the whole George Floyd comment, right, and then now sexual allegations, and it's the same guy,
right?
So it's like, how many times can someone take it past the line like that and be canceled or fired or let go, or people not work with them anymore? And I know some of the other companies that help produce that game aren't working with him and his company anymore. So I'm happy for that. I just hope that somehow they can pull together to keep the game alive, without him, or buy him out or something. They're in a real hard position, very hard position. And I guess people were under the impression that he was just like a coder or something, but it turns out that he had a bigger, he's owner. So, I just don't, when something like that happens, there must be so many skeletons in the closet going on if you don't even know the person's official position. It's like, did he lie about that or something?
Right. Yeah, it's sad that these things are going on, and so many people seem to brush off the comment he made about George Floyd, back in June. He's a good guy. We had people like Sonic Fox. They talked to him, not that he was defending him or anything, but people really seem to back him and, say that, give him another shot. And it seems that at Lab Zero, this has been an ongoing occurrence. He's been on a lot of FGC shows. He was actually a part of, Evo in the past. And it's just sad that he has the power to, kick people out basically of Lab Zero because they're actually trying to buy him out, and he would not agree to the terms. It's just got to stop. This is the type of stuff that we just cannot tolerate. And like you say, it is a double whammy for people that play Skullgirls. You can't blame the game; it's the creator. And I hate to see that game. It's probably going to be almost dead now that these allegations came out against Mike Z. And, I hope there is actually something brought against him, because I did not give him a pass for those George Floyd comments because they were sickening to me. And it's just got to stop. And right. I do see Jonas talking about saying, well, at least Lab Zero doesn't own the Skullgirls IP. So the game can live on somewhat. I agree with that. Yeah, I did see Autumn, I think. They own the IP, so they're not going to no longer work with Skullgirl, with Lab Zero. So that is the good news, because Mike Z, Lab Zero, it's just not a good place to work at. So yeah, I agree, Jonas. It's just sad to see where it's at. I just think there should be zero tolerance towards Mike Z, and he should not be involved in any way with the FGC anymore.